this thing on, man? What down, Joe? It's No Home TV, man. Back with another boxing video. Excuse the tiredness, man. You know, I was just a little exhausted, man. Just waking up not too long ago. Woke up to some disturbing news and said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and make a video right now. The Curious Case of Keith Thurman, Part 3. So, I wake up briefly just to kind of see what time it is. You know how it happens, man. You know, I just fell right into Instagram, force of habit, and I come across the breaking news headline of Keith one-time Thurman versus Tzsyu being finalized for Tzsyu's title at 154. First and foremost, Keith Thurman has never fought at 154. Second, Keith Thurman hasn't fought in, 25 months, it said on the... And third, what happened to Tzsyu in his high competition run? And see, they're still just kind of going off of Keith Thurman's name of shit that he did from yesteryear. But Keith Thurman hasn't done anything in boxing in the past couple years, man. Nothing. You know, he beat Barrios after losing to Pacquiao. But before he lost to Pacquiao, he was off for like 2-something years. He went off and got married to some chick in the mountains or some shit. I don't know. Salute to him, man. Like I said, he's a family man. He's got wife and kids now. He's won belts, unified, never became undisputed, never fought Terrence Bud Crawford like we wanted him to, never fought Earl Spence Jr. like we wanted him to. But, he had made his mark, so to speak, in boxing. And, I think people were kind of like, let's just leave him alone, leave it where it's at. But Keith Thurman just keeps coming back. Now he's playing, a proverbial gatekeeper, a stay busy fight, a once upon a time relevant name for Tzsyu. It's cannon fodder, man. This is ridiculous. Keith Thurman's never fought at 154, man. He's going to get knocked out by Tzsyu. Tzsyu's been active. Tzsyu's a champion. Tzsyu's hungry. Tzsyu's been fighting really tough, strong competition as of late. That's why I'm kind of surprised at Tzsyu. I would have thought that he would have wanted to continue this string. I know that Terrence Bud Crawford's team was knocking at the door. Tzsyu kept talking about how he wanted to fight Charlo. Charlo moved up to fight Canelo, of course we know. Got his ass whooped up there, laid an egg. Kept 3 of his titles but had to drop 1 because he kept ducking Tzsyu as his mandatory for over a year. And now here we are. If you ask me, this is a bullshit fight, and I'm going to consider this a duck by Tzsyu. The reason being is, okay, you can say, well, Charlo is not available because Charlo hasn't said anything. Okay, but we all just saw recently, what's his name? Virgil Ortiz reach out to Tzsyu and tell him, hey, man, I'm at 154 now. I just won my first fight at 154, albeit a weird-ass, decision by Tony Weeks, who claimed the dude was already hurt and blah, 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 controversy. I'm not getting into all that shit. Anyway, you see, that's what I mean, man. When the real killers start knocking at your door, then we start to see, what brass you're made of. Because you're chasing Charlo down, who's got a loss on his record, who's mentally weak, we all know, And he goes up there, and he's been ducking and dodging not only Tzsyu, but I felt like he went up to fight Canelo in order to keep from that Crawford narrative, being attached to him as well. But now Tzsyu's doing the same thing to Crawford, who supposedly has this Earl Spence Jr. rematch in play, but that's unfounded because Earl just got retinal fucking eye cataract surgery and shit. So why there's no guarantee of that fight even happening next. It takes like 8 weeks or some crazy shit for him to even recover from that, and then he's gonna have to recover from that. You know what I mean? Like, as far as getting into a training camp and all this other shit. But yeah, I'm considering this a duck by Tzsyu. I think Tzsyu is afraid to fight Terrence Crawford. I think Tzsyu is afraid to fight Virgil Ortiz, even though they're both moving up to 154 from 147. I just don't think that dude want no smoke with these, undefeated, dynamic fighters. It's easy to pick on a has-been, so to speak, and Keith one-time Thurman because he's a name and you can piggyback off of what he used to do. I call bullshit, man. And as for Keith, man, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're just looking for a payday. If your heart's not in it, man, you really need to sit the fuck down. You can fuck around and get hurt out here. You should have came back and did a tune-up fight, or you should have stayed your ass at 147, but then again, he's probably afraid of boots still. Anyway, man, it's no home TV, man. I'll be back with another one. Peace.